Welcome to week 4 in the split pouch sew along. I am Carolyn and I'm so glad that you are here to join me. This week I'm going to show you my newest pouches that I've made. I'm actually going to share with you another project I was working on this week. So this week I kind of started by, well, one thing. I was at Quilt Festival last week. I spent a couple of days there and it was really fun to see the show. Quilt Festival is a consumer show that has a big quilt show with tons of quilts. There are a lot of vendors. It takes place in Houston every year. And I've actually never been. This was my first time at Quilt Festival. I usually go to Quilt Market, which is the trade show component, and it happens the week before. So I took Gail Yellen's cover stitch class, and it was actually an inspiration for one of my pouches. So you'll see that in a minute. It was just inspiring to see other things, to have a fresh look on things, to be in a different environment. It really made me want to get home and sew. So I came home and I took a look at my list. I thought that it would be good, remember in kind of the first week, I made a list of different people that I wanted to give pouches to. Since the sew along is kind of like right before the holidays, gift giving has been a focus for me in the pouches that I've made. And so I decided to check back into that list and see who I have not maybe made something for. So I kept some of those people in mind this week. But I also kept in mind a few new things that I wanted to try and some stuff that I was inspired by. So first, let's take a look at the first pouch that I made. The first pouch that I made this week is this one, and it is featuring a Leah Duncan print. I picked up a yard of this fabric at a sale sometime this year, and I just thought I love Leah Duncan's work. In fact, we collaborated on my Wildebon pattern. She's just an incredible designer and illustrator, and so her fabric always piques my interest. And so this is a print from, I'm not sure which collection. It's been out for a little while. Here's a piece of the fabric. Let's see. Oh. So this is a 2022 collection, Furrow, and I guess this print is called Garden Friends. Anyway, I had this print. I really like it. So I pulled it as my main fabric. You'll see I put a cute label here, which is a blue heart. I picked up a bunch of new labels, including these little blue hearts at Sarah Hart's booth at Quilt Festival. So I love that. I think it looks really cute on this pouch. I haven't actually, so far I've been playing around with labels and I've been putting them on the zipper. I've been putting them on the inside, but this was my first time putting one here on this curved seam. And I think it's kind of a fun place for it. On the zipper tabs, I used a scrap of the vinyl from last week. I had a scrap sitting around and I thought this was a good place to use it. And then on the inside, once we open it up, is one of my prints. This one, I didn't use soft and stable. I used the Pellon SF101. So it's nice and it's stable, but it's a lot softer. On the inside, I tried out a little something different. And this was definitely a takeaway from the Coverstitch class that I took last week with Gail Yellen. So in that class, one of the first things that we did was we installed a zipper foot using the Coverstitch machine. And so a Coverstitch machine, if you're not familiar, if you're wearing a t-shirt, usually a Coverstitch machine is how that t-shirt is hemmed. So on the outside, you'll see maybe 2 or 3 rows of stitching, and then on the inside you'll see what looks like kind of a bunch of loops like you would see from a serger. And so the nice thing about a Coverstitch machine is that it finishes the back of the seam, but it's also a little bit stretchy, which makes it perfect for knit fabrics. But I thought the application with a zipper is really pretty cool because it finishes the back and you get the nice top stitching, but also you can use some fun threads. Wonderful had some really cool thread sets that are specifically geared towards decorative serger work. This was the thread that I used, and it was part of a bigger serger pack with some fun threads that you could use for the decorative looping on the back. And so it gives it kind of a fun effect. This is definitely something that I would like to explore more. I need to play around with the different threads I have and my machine and the fabrics so that I can get a better handle of it. But this was a really fun first project to give it a try. So in the end, I don't know. I think the pouch turned out really cute. It's fun fabric. Can't go wrong with that. The second pouch that I made this week kind of was inspired by something a friend of mine did. A friend took one of my tote bags and cut them up and used them to make a pocket for a tote bag. So these bags are in my shop. I came out with them earlier this year, and they feature this really vibrant blue, and like the canvas is like buttery soft. It's very soft. And so I thought, oh, well, this would be really fun to turn into a pouch, which is exactly what I did. So anyway, I deconstructed one of these bags, and I still have some pieces left, including the handles, which I could probably use for something else. And actually, I could probably make another pouch with this piece. It's such a soft canvas. And then I've got some little pieces here. But anyway, so I cut out my fabric from that tote bag, and I even used leftovers for the tabs here. I liked these bright yellow snaps. And then on the inside, I have, I don't know, I just went to my stash. I wanted something fun in there. And so I pulled this. This is like a Japanese print from, I've had this for several years, and I have several colorways of it. I picked it up at Pink Castle, if you can remember that shop. And it is, you know, made in Japan. I don't know. I just think it's a really fun print. And it's got a large scale print on there, which I think works really well in this pouch. So it's really fun to look in here, see all the different colors, the prints. I did a label here on the inside. It says bespoke, because it is bespoke for sure. I did some bright orange binding, just because I think that's really fun. Yeah, and this one also, this one is using, I mean, the exterior fabric is a canvas, so that gives it some weight. But then I just used the Pellon SF101. So I love the structure of this bag. I think that it's really cute and fun to see how the design, like the print of the bag, kind of comes together and looks in the final pouch. So I don't know. I guess you could try to plan like where things go, but I like the surprise of how it ended up. And so I kind of like how it says make here on the bottom, and with these shapes, I just think it looks, I don't know, it turned out really fun. So it's an idea for, you know, if you have extra tote bags laying around, or if you see a tote bag that you like, you love the design of it, but you don't need another tote bag, you can repurpose it. You can upcycle it into a pouch like this. So these are my two pouches for the week. I did get an urge to do just some patchwork, so I actually picked up a project that I've worked on just kind of off and on, not that much. And so I thought I'd share that with you too. This is my long leaf project, and I was making a scrappy block-based one using the templates. And what I've done, I think this is maybe my third or fourth time, but I've just gone through my scrap bin that's like on the table, and I'll cut out shapes and then start putting blocks together. There's something like just very therapeutic and refreshing to just play with the colors, to work one block at a time, and to just sit at the machine and sew. So, I hadn't actually, I mean, I kind of played around with the layout, but I think that I could definitely make a larger quilt, but given the number of blocks that I have so far, I think I'm going to go for a 7x7 block grid of, 7 rows of 7 blocks, square, using the blocks, sew them together, and then I might decide to add more borders to make it bigger if I want to make like a throw, or maybe I'll stop and make it a wall hanging. I'm not really sure, but I think that it would be good to get this project sewn together. I've really been enjoying sewing together these pouches that I was missing doing some patchwork, so that's why I jumped back into that project. So that's a little bit of what I've been up to this week. We have one more week left in the quilt-along, we have one more week left in the sew-along. Again, I am so delighted every time I see you posting your projects. You can share your projects on Instagram using the hashtag splitpouch SAL for split pouch sew along. And you can also tag me. I will just kind of usually squeal every time, so all of them are so cute. And it's really fun to see how inspired you're getting and the different directions that you're taking your projects. If you have any questions or want to make a comment, feel free to make a comment below. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time.